This conference will now be recorded.
We did this question yesterday. So starting from the next one, this one today. So nothing written, everything mentioned in symbols. So I hope everybody knows that this means these two are equal, AC and EC are equal. And this means BC and CF are equal. And angle D is given to you as 40 degrees. And then we are on our own. So like yesterday, today also, for each of these questions, I will give you like two solutions. One, the traditional one, the conventional one, and the other, a shorter solution maybe, an alternative solution. No, पैरेलल वैलल कुछ नहीं है, पैरेलल वगैरह कुछ भी दिया नहीं है, जो दिया है आपके सामने. Okay, whatever is given is in front of you. Only equal things are given, only two things given. This AC is equal to EC and BC is equal to CF, nothing else, and angle D is 40 degrees, nothing else. Three things, nothing special about the triangle, nothing parallel, nothing is given. So hello Divyatej, आइए अच्छा आंसर आ गया 80. So somebody has answered, Divyatej has answered 80 degrees. Okay, so I'll solve it my way first and then the conventional way later. What I'm going to do, I am going to assume some number over here. So let me take it like 70 degrees. I'm taking E as 70 degrees, just like that. Okay, just like that. I'm taking E as 70. So in the triangle DEF rather, I know two angles now. 70, the blue one I have taken from my side. So it's like let E be equal to 70 degrees. Let. Okay. So accordingly, if this is 70, this is also 70, because in this triangle, these two are equal. So the angles opposite to these sides must also be equal. Yeah. In the triangle DEF, you know two angles 40 and 70. 40, 70 make 110. So that means this is also 70 by chance, unintentionally. Okay, so if this is 70, this is also 70. 70, 70, 140. That means this is 40. This is also 70, 70, 140. This is also 40. So out of 180 degree angle at C, you know 80 degrees. So X must be 100. X must be 100. Okay, so I just randomly assumed a value of E to be 70. Okay, and I know that if the value of X is asked, irrespective of the values of E and F, that means it has got to be something constant. Okay, एक बार मैं और करता हूं इसे. So I'm going to delete these values that I had assumed, and I'm going to assume some other number now. I'm going to change the color and another number. So let E be, this time I'm taking it 50 degrees. Okay, so if this is 50, this is 100, this must be 80. Okay, and in the triangle DEF, 40, 50, we have 90. So that means this is also 90. Okay, This is also 90. If this is 90, this is 90. So this is 0 degree. So not possible in a triangle, I know. But theoretically, you just see that out of the 180 degrees angle of C, I have 80. So again, I am getting x as 100. So मैंने randomly एक stupid value लिया. So in a triangle, two angles cannot be 90. But still, on paper, like theoretically, it is still giving me x equal to 100. So I am just trying to tell you that even foolishly, if you take some stupid value, but if your basics are right, you are meeting the requirements, you will still get the right answer. समझे ना? Subtraction गलत हो गया किसका? मेरा? अच्छा आपका? होता है कभी कभी. अच्छा अच्छा. होता है कभी कभी होता है. प्रेशर में होता है ये सब. पीयर प्रेशर, परफॉर्मेंस प्रेशर, जल्दी निकालना है, जल्दी देना है, ये सब कुछ आपको सीखने के लिए एक वो है. ओके, चलिए इस क्वेश्चन को एक बार विदाउट पुटिंग एनी वैल्यू करते हैं. पीछे स्लाइड मैंने छोड़ दिया है. एनीबॉडी वांट्स मी टू रिपीट एंड टेक सम अदर वैल्यू? एनीबॉडी who took some value and is still not able to answer, you please take your time, take a minute, verify and let me know. ठीक है, किसी को अगर चाहिए कि मैं उनका नंबर डालकर देखूं और फिर आंसर निकाल के दिखाऊं तो वो भी हम कर लेंगे. ठीक है जी, चलिए. सो नाउ आई एम अज्यूमिंग दिस एंगल एज ए. ओके, सो दिस इज आल्सो ए. दिस बिकम्स 180 minus 2a. चलेगा? ओके, सो नाउ दिस एंगल f will come out to be 140 minus a. फाइन. अरे भाई, ये d, e और f, sum of these three is supposed to be 180, right? So if d is 40 already, e I have taken equal to a variable. I'm not putting in value. So f will come out to be 140 minus a because the sum of these three is 180. किसी को भी कोई भी मेरा any single symbol or number or variable or expression, anything is not understood, please let me know. Okay, please let me know. I will stop there, we'll clear it, and then we'll move on. So if this is 140 minus a, this is also 140 minus a. So in this triangle ECF, I have 280 minus 2a, but I want the sum to be only 180. So that means I need to subtract 100 and add 2a. That means this angle C, this angle BCF will be 2a minus 100. Okay, so I know that angle ECA plus X plus angle BCF is going to be 180 because straight line, and ECA I have 180 minus 2a, X I don't know, BCF I have 2a minus 100, and that should be equal to 180. 180 कट गया, 2a कट गया, क्या बचा भाई? X equal to. This is how. No variable in your way, a constant is your answer. So this is the algebraic solution, this is the non-algebraic solution. Fine. Hope I'm not being unclear or fast to anybody over here. ठीक है, एक दो मैंने क्वेश्चंस रखे हैं क्योंकि लोगों को 4-5-10 मिनट लगता है ज्वाइन करने के लिए, तो उनका कोई थ्योरी पार्ट लेस नहीं होगा. क्वेश्चन तो चलो वीडियो देखकर भी वो समझ सकते हैं, ये सोचकर मैंने पहले 2-3 क्वेश्चंस ही रखे हैं. चलिए नेक्स्ट, आगे चले, अगली स्लाइड पे नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. गिविंग यू 10 seconds टू रेज योर ऑब्जेक्शन कि सर रुको, अभी यहीं पे रहो, मेरे को ये समझा दो, आगे मत बढ़ो. आपको लिख के बताना होगा. नहीं आया कोई ऑब्जेक्शन, मूविंग अहेड देन. दिस वन, यहाँ पर चीजें आपको लिख दी गई हैं. सी टू इट, टेक अ मिनट एंड फाइंड द आंसर. देखिए कि जो मैं कल से आपको बताने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ, what I'm trying to tell you since yesterday, have you been able to adopt that little bit or not, or you want to solve it algebraically only? देखिए आपको खुद पता चलेगा, आपको डिफरेंस पता चलेगा अगर आप करेंगे ना। एक बार अपनी तरफ से वैल्यू डाल के, एक ही देखो, ये राइट एंगल ट्राइंगल है, ऑब्वियसली बी इज राइट एंगल, है ना। सो यू टेक अ वैल्यू ऑफ ए ऑन योर ओन, 10 20 30 40 45 50 60 70 80 डिग्री, 85 डिग्री, 75 डिग्री, जो मर्जी बोलो यार, देखो आपका कांस्टेंट आएगा वैल्यू, एंगल एक्स डी वाई का। एक बार करके देखो। देखिए दो लोगों ने सक्सेसफुली आंसर निकाल लिया है, साहिल एंड कार्तिक बोथ हैव आंसर्ड 45, and I'm sure that they tried different numbers and yet they got the same answer. तीसरा अंजलि and Abhilash also got successfully 45, and Astha also, very very good. Divya Tej, Manav, everybody getting 45, very very good. So I'm now starting on my own. So I'm just assuming A to be 30 degrees, just like that, 30 degrees. You could have assumed 60, somebody would have assumed 40, 50, 45, whatever. आपका ये एंगल जो पूछा गया है ना, ये कांस्टेंट आएगा. So if this is 30, these two are equal and these two are also equal. So if this is 30, so these two must be 75 each. These two must be 75. Okay. So if this is 30, this is 60. बिल्कुल ऐसा ही question है. This is exactly like the previous question. And interesting thing is, this is also a cat question. This is also a cat question. See how similar they were. If this is 60, these two are equal. These two also got to be 60 each. Okay, so in this straight line D angle, so out of 180 you have 135. So this x is equal to 135 degrees. Oh, sorry, 45 degrees. I'm sorry. Okay. You also taken 30 degrees. Okay. Okay. So guys, I want to tell you that just in case somebody, so somebody, suppose ये 90 डिग्री है, कोई बेवकूफी में कोई ऐसी वैल्यू ले ले, suppose I take this as 100. Okay, so 100 and 90, I already have 190 degrees. So just imagine this becomes minus 10 degrees. Okay, okay, this becomes minus 10 degrees. Okay, so these two become 95 95. Like, ये सब theoretical है, ऐसा possible नहीं. I know this is not possible. Only on paper, on theory. So if this is 100, this is 90, I already have 190. So A angle should be minus 10 degrees. Okay, minus 10. So these should make 190. So 95 99. No, this is 100. This should be 40 40. Again, see this angle and this angle make 135 degrees. So our angle has to be 45 degree. So even if you take impractical values, but your basics are right, on paper you will still get the right answer. Fine. Very quickly, I will just do it by the algebraic method also, क्योंकि मैं जानता हूं कि a lot of you are very happy with this one, but there are some people, who think that this is not done and they want algebraic answer. So if this is angle A, this must be 90 minus A. हाँ जी आरती, it will be effective all the time, लेकिन आपको क्वेश्चन की पहचान करनी होगी. ठीक है, क्वेश्चन की पहचान क्या है? आप देखिए, जैसे यहाँ पर इन्होंने बता दिया राइट एंगल ट्रायंगल ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला, and still there are some values which you are unsure of. Still the question asked has a constant value, then for those variable values you can put any. जहां पर चीजें प्रूफ करने वाली होती है वहां पर काम नहीं करता है, बट many such places and all these questions are cat questions, I'm telling you. ठीक है, ये A हो गया, these two were equal, these two were not equal, so A is gone, 180 minus A remaining. So I will take 90 minus A by 2 and 90 minus A by 2. देख रहे हैं आप, वेरिएबल भी है, फ्रैक्शन भी आ रहा है उसमें. If this is 90 minus A, 90 plus A remaining. This is 45 plus A by 2 and 45 plus A by 2. So just see what these two are up to. 90 minus A by 2 plus angle D plus 45 plus A by 2. घूम फिर के हुआ क्या? वही हुआ, 135 plus angle D is equal to 180 degree. So it is very much the same thing. It's just that instead of, when my point is, in सारे questions कहाँ काम करता है अंजलि, जरूर मैं बताता हूँ. देखिए, जब आपको मालूम है, जैसे ये क्वेश्चन है, इसमें आपको इन्होंने कंस्ट्रेंट बता दिया, ये राइट ट्राइंगल है, ये इक्वल टू ये है, ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला, लेकिन फिर भी कुछ एक चीज है जो नहीं बताई, जैसे कि एंगल ए इज नॉट नोन, एंगल सी इज नॉट नोन, yet what they are asking you has a constant value. You know that it has a constant value, your answer will be constant. आपको अंदर से ये फीलिंग है कि वेरिएबल वेरिएबल है इसके अंदर, बट कट पिट जाएगा. मैं जानता हूं मुझे वैल्यू नहीं मालूम, लेकिन वो जो भी वैल्यू कट पिट जाएगी. तो फिर ऐसी सिचुएशन में हाउ डज इट मैटर इफ यू टेक इट एक्स वाई जेड ए बी सी और अ नंबर? ये सारे क्वेश्चन में देखिए ऐसा ही हो रहा है. इन सबके जो आप algebraic solution देखेंगे, so variable part gets cancelled out or it has a constant value. So how does it matter if you put a variable or a value over there? So take something that helps you, that makes your life easy, है ना? देखिए ये क्वेश्चन है, इसके पहले ये क्वेश्चन था. देखिए इसमें इसमें देखिए क्या हुआ. See this, 2a and 2a got cancelled out. So how does it matter if you took it a, or instead of a if you took a number like x or root 2 or log 3 or pi or 180 degree or 45 degree? How does it matter if it is meant to be cancelled? How does it matter? But psychologically it will help you, so you don't have to do any algebra etc. ठीक है, ये इसके अंदर का साइंस है जो आपको बचा लेता है. ओके गाइस, चलो. Okay guys, this is multiplication sign, this is not x, multiplication sign. Two answers, एक आया 140. So what is given? एक तो ये दिया है 120 डिग्री, और कुछ इन दोनों के बारे में दिया है. Okay, guys, tell me something. I want to say something. Try to visualize what I'm trying for you to. Try to visualize something. So BC जो line है, नीचे base जो है अपना इसका BC. So it has made an angle of 120 degree. Now below that point, the same 2 points make another angle. Don't you think जब height कम होगी तो angle बढ़ेगा? देखिए, see this. जब height कम होगी तो angle बढ़ेगा. अपने आप ही होगा, ऐसा नहीं होगा. When so thus they have to maintain the same distance because the base is same. Okay, if you reduce the height, angle will increase. So your answer was anyway going to be more than 120. Okay, so anybody who is giving me the answer as 120 and 1 and 100 or anything less than 120, तो वो तो common sensically गलत हो गया. ठीक है, आपका वही डिस्टेंस है. अब वो दोनों यहाँ की जगह नीचे मिल रहे हैं तो एंगल तो बढ़ेगा ही. जब आप हाइट कम करेंगे तो एंगल तो बढ़ेगा ही, नहीं बढ़ेगा. समझ पा रहे हैं? कैन यू विजुअलाइज दैट? आई होप यू डू. So by common sense, by symmetry visualization, this angle is going to be more than 120. Now this is a skill which arithmetic or permutation combination or algebra cannot test. This is visualization. Okay, this is a symmetry and that feeling, that about geometry and about shapes and angles. चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. So I am going to assume some value. Okay, I know that this angle B and this angle C, they have been divided in the ratio 1:2 each. दोनों angles 1:2 के ratio में divide. So I know that angle B plus angle C is 60 degree. So I'm going to assume some values of B and C which are multiples of 3. I can assume anything. We have seen that enough. So I'm going to assume any value which is a multiple of 3. Okay, it's not necessary, but it will make my life easy. Okay, I will once also take values which are not multiples of 3. So I'm going to take B as 18 and C as 42 degrees. Okay, their sum is 60 degree and each is a multiple of. Now if you divide 18 in the ratio 1:2, this is going to be 6 and 12. And if you divide 14 in the multiple of 1:2, it is going to be 14 and 28 degree. How is it helpful? So this is 6 and this is 12 degrees. This is 14 and this is 28 degrees. Now in the smaller triangle, you know two angles, 28 and 12. How much is it? 40. So how much is D? 140. See, everybody was getting 140. अच्छा, आप में से एक दो लोग ऐसे होंगे जिनसे कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक हुआ होगा. 140 आना चाहिए था, 150 आ गया. Some of you I have seen. I'm seeing some of you are getting 150. Calculation mistake. Took 45 and 15. No worries. I will also take 45 and 15. तो अच्छा, आपका तो 140 आया है. Anybody who took some other angles and got some other answer? I want to know anybody like that. Now I'm going to take values which are not multiples of 3 and will show you how still I will get the correct answer, but after a little more efforts. Color change कर लेता हूं. So I'm going to take B as 40 and C as 20. Okay, so dividing 40 in the ratio 1:2, this will be 40 by 3 and this will be 80 by 3. So this will be 20 by 3 and this will be 40 by 3. Add these two, what do you get? 80 by 3 plus 40 by 3 is 120 by 3, that is 40 degree. So what is D? Is still 140. But here you had to deal with fractions and that made you a little slow. इसीलिए मैं कहता हूँ फ्रैक्शन अलजेब्रा के साथ डील करेंगे तो आप स्लो हो जाएंगे. ऐसा तब करिए जब आपके पास और कोई दूसरा रिसोर्ट ना हो. You have no other alternative. Okay, then you can do that. Otherwise, pick numbers which make your life easier. So it's personal. मानव, आपको लगता होगा कि algebra is a better way to approach such questions, so you do that. Absolutely. मैं भी आपके टाइम पर जब एस्पिरेंट था, तो मैं भी नहीं सोच पाता था ऐसे, और मैं algebraically करता था और हमेशा आंसर आता था. So it's only, it's only psychology, क्योंकि वहां पे प्रूव हो जाता है, दिखता है सामने. If you do like 10 questions like this, 10-15 questions, and you realize that it is actually fast, it is actually faster. Okay, देखो मैंने कितना लिखा, 18 लिखा, 42 लिखा. हाँ साहिल, सही कह रहे हो, ऐसा ही है. तो अभी देखिए, अगर मैं इस क्वेश्चन को algebraically करूं, so this is 120, so angle B plus angle C is 60. Now this is B by 3, this is 2B by 3, this is C by 3, this is 2C by 3. Okay, so in triangle BDC, 2B by 3 plus 2C by 3 plus angle D is 180 degrees. Now this thing, तो मानव, मुझे भी आपकी तरह ऐसे ही लगता था कि ये बेटर मेथड है, बट देयर हैव बीन सिचुएशंस वेयर आई वाज टेम्प्टेड टू टेक वैल्यूज इंस्टेड ऑफ डूइंग अलजेब्रा. देखिए कितना लिखना पड़ा है. चलो मान लिया आप एक आध स्टेप इग्नोर कर सकते थे, फिर भी थोड़ा बहुत तो लिखना पड़ता. वैल्यूज लेने में क्या हुआ, आपने तुरंत 1/3 कर दिया, उसका बचा हुआ आ गया, यहाँ पे 2/3, ये सब लिखना पड़ता. So there will be one question which will change your opinion, and if it doesn't, तो कभी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. देखो मैं कभी भी अपना मेथड इम्पोज नहीं करता. So anything, I think, I go by that philosophy that love cannot be forced. Okay. So if you really recognize the value of a certain methodology, and if you are mentally ready to buy that, go ahead. Otherwise, it's true that all these questions can be done algebraically, and people who are really practiced, they do really well, no problem. Last question on this line, and then we are going to move ahead in the theory. Please guys, take a look and try to do this. पहला आंसर मेरे पास आ चुका है 20, सेकंड आंसर 15. मोर वोट्स फॉर 15. शुभम, एक बार चेक कर लो भाई. चेक भी कर लो और ये भी देख लो कि कहाँ हुई प्रॉब्लम, कहाँ हुई गलती, प्लीज देखिएगा। ओके, तो because majority is really liking it, so I am going to take a value. So what if I take q as 40? Okay, I'm just taking one value. I just took q as 40 and rest all the values that follow automatically. So in the triangle PQS 30, 40, 70, this must be 110. If this is 40, this is also 40, 40, 40, 80. So the entire angle P must be 100. Out of 100, you have this 30, so this must be 70. Okay. Now PS is equal to PT. If this is 70, this is also 70. 70, 70, 140. This must be 40. So I have 110 and 40. कुछ गलत किया क्या? PS equal to PT, PQ equal to PR. Okay. 30, 40, 70, 110. 70, 40. 30 आ रहा है यार, क्या प्रॉब्लम हो गया? 40, 40, 80, 180, 30. T will be 55. कौन से दोनों बराबर है? PS इक्वल टू PT, PS इक्वल टू PT. ओ माय बैड, ये तो सही लगाया R कौन? ओके ओके, हाँ, so this is 70, the remaining is, thank you guys, thank you, 70, the remaining is 110, so this should be 55, 55, yes. हाँ तो ठीक है, तो 110 और 165, so this must be 15, right? आ गया 15. Okay, so I took Q equal to 40 and answer came out to be 15, which it is. ठीक है, एक बार और वैल्यू ले लेते हैं, एक वैल्यू और ले लेते हैं कोई. So next time I take, suppose Q equal to 60. Okay, so if this is 60, this becomes 90, which is not possible. लेकिन चलो ले लेते हैं. अगर ये 90 है, ये भी 60 है, 60, this is also 60, so this becomes 30. 30, 150 remaining, 75, 75. Still, these two become 165 and this becomes 15. तो देखिए हर हाल में आपका आंसर जो है वो नहीं बदल रहा है. It remains 15 degree. Okay, once more, let's do it without taking any values algebraically. So if this is A, this is also A. So this entire angle P should be 180 minus 2A, out of which 30 you already have, so this should be 150 minus A, minus 2A, I'm sorry. Okay, this should be 15 plus A, 15 plus A, as these are equal. Okay, और ये अपना क्या था, s का ये वाला पार्ट, इसको लिख लेते हैं 150 minus a. Okay, so see the sum of these two is 165. That is why what value of a you took did not matter, and this becomes 15 irrespective of the value of a. ठीक है जी? Anything anybody wants to ask? Okay, sides of a triangle. Next. So we only talked about the first property that came to our mind after listening the word triangle, and that was sum of the three angles is 180 degrees. Okay, so about the angles, external angle, some of the internal angles, equal sides, etc., that we have seen. Now let us talk about the sides. So it's a custom that the side opposite to vertex A is small a, the length. Side opposite to vertex B is small b, opposite to vertex C is small c. Okay, and an age-old technique or the theory is sum of any two sides is greater than the third side, and it is applicable to any two sides. B plus C would be greater than A, and A plus C would be greater than B. Okay, this we all know. है ना? ये सबको मालूम है. Sum of any two sides must be greater than the third side. Okay, everybody knew this, or at least everybody now knows this. Time for a question. बाकी बातें इसके बाद करेंगे, पहले एक ये क्वेश्चन देखिए. पांच आंसर आ चुके हैं बिग बॉक्स. 16, 16, 16, 9, 10, 4 आंसर. I mean 3 varieties. Let the third side be x. This is the least we can do. So we know that x is going to be less than 5 plus 12. Okay, so x is going to be less than 17. So a lot of you stopped at this and you counted all the numbers less than all the integers less than 17, so you gave the answer 16. But for once, had you also taken once 5 plus 12 should also be greater than 12, 5 plus x should also be greater than 12, right? Sum of any two sides must be greater than the third side. एक बार ये भी तो करके देखते हैं, इससे आपको मिलता है x is greater than 7. So what are you getting? X is less than 17, yes, but it should also be greater than 7. So it's not 16 values. It's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 9 values. Answer is 9. देखें यहाँ पे माइनॉरिटी में आंसर सही है, मेजॉरिटी का गलत हुआ. Okay, because see, this is what happens when we mug up the theory. It requires a lot of reasoning. Why, when, how. थोड़ा इधर उधर करके देखना है. So I want to go back to the previous slide and complete this theory. So the third side is less than the sum of the other two sides, but is also greater than the difference between the other two sides. This is the complete picture. And this is true for any of the three sides. हाँ अभिलाष, तुम्हारा तो समझ में आ गया था कि 10 आंसर आ रहा है बिकॉज देयर आर ओनली 2 आंसर्स 9 एंड 16. अब उसमें एक ऊपर नीचे होगा तो वो कैलकुलेशन मिस्टेक है या फिर कुछ तो. ठीक है. सो दिस इज द कंप्लीट पिक्चर गाइस एंड इट कम्स आउट लाइक हाउ. यहीं से आता है. देखो एक तो आपके पास ये है एंड सेकंड सी. C is greater than A minus B. From here C is greater than B minus A. Now one between A minus B and D minus A will be negative, the other will be positive or 0. So that means from both of these C is greater, the negative value and the positive value. So I have taken the mod of A minus B. So the difference between the other two sides is smaller than the third side. Okay, so there cannot be a triangle like this because difference between these two sides is not smaller than the third side. Also, sum of the two sides is not greater than the third side, or the difference between the two sides is not smaller than the third side. दोनों तरह से आप देख सकते हैं, है ना, जो पहले दिमाग में आ जाए. This is the complete picture. Actually saying this also was complete only, लेकिन क्या है दिमाग इतना चलता नहीं है, तो इसलिए हमें ये भी जानने की जरूरत है. अभी पिक्चर समझ में आई आपको? अगर ये पूरा ऐसा मालूम होता तो किसी से गलती नहीं होती. Everybody would have taken the lower limit also and the upper limit also. Okay, now a question which is 4 times difficult than the previous question only because of the introduction of this. So something that I have not discussed will be used little bit over here. देखिए right angle triangle आपको मालूम है. So A, B, C and you know A square plus B square is equal to C square. Okay, for an obtuse angle triangle, obtuse triangle, what will happen if this is A, this is B, this is C, then what will happen? C square will be greater than A square plus B square. Okay, and for an acute angle triangle, all are acute, then C square will be smaller than A square plus B square. Okay, you understand these? Okay, so now our question. So if the third side be X, so one thing we know already, that X is greater than 7 and less than 70. Now also we know that this 12 square should be less than 7 square, sorry, 5 square plus x square. Okay, so 144 minus 25 is smaller than x square. So x square comes out to be greater than, this implies x must be 11, 12, 13 ऐसे 16 तक है ना. So 6 values तो ये हो गई. So you got that x square should be greater than 119. So after 119, the first integer is 121. So 11 square, 12 square, 13, 14, 15. So less than 17, all the values were okay. But this tells you that it should be more than 119. Okay, one thing is this. Another thing is also x square should also be less than 5 square plus 12 square. है ना? X square should also be less than 13 square. भाई सारी साइड्स के लिए होना चाहिए ना. If it's an acute angle triangle, so this is valid for any of the three sides. Any side should be smaller than the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So first I took 5 square and x square and 12 square I took on the other side. यहाँ से पता चला कि x square जो है वो 119 से बड़ा होना चाहिए, यानी कि 11 onwards all the values were okay. But also I can take x square on this side and the other two on the other side. This tells me that x square should be less than 13 square. This implies that x is less than 13. फिर तो दो ही वैल्यूज रह गई. आंसर 11, 12, टू वैल्यूज ओनली. मैंने कहा था ना टफ हो जाएगा क्वेश्चन. समझ में आया? Only 11, 12 are the only possible values. The question becomes tough because again we look at only one aspect. We have to look at 360 degree. इधर से भी उधर से भी. When see there are some words which we don't really care much about. We don't take them really seriously. Any, exactly, at least, at most. These are the words, in my experience I have seen, these are the words that people don't take seriously. So when we say it is true for any of the three sides, then why are you taking only one particular case? So if it is for C, that C square is less than A square plus B square, it is also for A. A square is also less than B square plus C square. So Divyatej, it is not about scalene or isosceles triangle. It is about the measure of the angle, not equality of the angles. है ना? तो देखिए अब जैसे ये स्केलीन भी हो सकता है ट्राइंगल, जो हमने एक्यूट ट्राइंगल लिया है, ये स्केलीन भी हो सकता है, आइसोसेलेस भी हो सकता है. अब देखिए आइसोसेलेस बन गया ना. एक साइड 12 भी हो सकती है, एक साइड ऑलरेडी 12 है, तो आइसोसेलेस भी बन गया. और एक साइड 11 है, एक साइड 12 है, एक साइड 5 है, तो स्केलीन भी बन गया. So it was really not about the equality of sides, it was about the measure of the angle. If the angle is not given, तो भाई previous वाला question हो गया, previous वाला हो गया. अब इसमें आपको आइसोसेलेस चाहिए तो निकाल लो भाई. 5 के बराबर तो साइड हो नहीं सकती और 12 के बराबर हो सकती है. So only one case of isosceles is possible and remaining 8 cases of scalene possible. ऐसे कह सकते हैं. Am I answering your question? Okay, this is also a very good question. Apart from the theory of sides, it also tests another skill of counting in you. आरुषि राठी आपका कमेंट पढ़ रहा हूँ। हाँ आरुषि, सही पूछा आपने। If x is less than 13, why did we not take 8, 9, 10? Because in other when we took this one, I already got that x is supposed to be greater than 11. Sorry, x is supposed to be greater than 10. क्या है ना, x square is greater than 119. इसको इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते, इसे भी इग्नोर नहीं कर सकते, दोनों मान के चलना. The intersection of both will be the answer. Otherwise 8, 9, 10 was okay, but on the other side I also got that x square should be greater than 119. सही है आरुषि? ओके ना? हाँ, ये क्वेश्चन के बारे में बात कर रहा था. Apart from the theory of two sides, sum of the two sides greater than the third side, it also tests a skill of counting. Brilliant question. Not difficult, but still brilliant question. Okay, two answers, 20 and 16. So I want to make a point here, that in fact an information suggestion. So it may sound like that the number of triangles and all is asked, but it really does not need you to apply any part of permutation, combination or anything. It does not require that. You have to manually count. And I want to tell you that the answer is a single digit integer, single digit positive integer. Okay. So if you are doing like 6C3 and you are getting 20, तो गलत आंसर है, क्योंकि वो 20 में से बहुत सारे ट्राइंगल्स इम्पॉसिबल है, बन नहीं पाएंगे. मैं देख रहा हूँ सबके आंसर्स में देख रहा हूँ, बस आई एम जस्ट नॉट नॉट डिक्लेयरिंग द राइट आंसर राइट अवे, क्योंकि फिर सारा सस्पेंस खत्म हो जाएगा. ओके, सो द राइट आंसर right now is not important, but the minimum expectation that I have from you guys is that you recognize that this stick of 10 centimeter is of no use. किसको किसको ये बात अभी तक समझ नहीं आई है खुद से, on your own, that this stick 10, ये हो ना हो कोई फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, it is useless. No triangle can have this stick of 10 centimeter length. Who has not understood this on their own? Frankly बताइए, एक को भी अगर नहीं समझ में आया तो मैं एक्सप्लेन करूंगा, नहीं तो मैं सीधे इसके बाद से शुरू करूंगा, और बहुत सारी चीजें अभी करने के लिए. Why would I say tell you anything that you already know? अच्छा ठीक है, अभिलाष सुनो, cool, I will explain. So everybody knows that the third side is less than the sum of the other two sides, but is also greater than the difference between the other two sides. Everybody knows this, so I'm going to start from here, especially this part. So you can see the numbers are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. The difference between any two numbers is at least 10. The difference between any two numbers is minimum 10. If the difference is 10 or more, how can any side be 10? A side has to be greater than the difference between other two numbers, other two sides. Other two sides, I don't know what they're going to be, but I know that their difference is going to be at least 10, because हमारे पास स्टिक्स ही ऐसे हैं, सब में कम से कम 10-10 का तो डिफरेंस है. तो अगर डिफरेंस 10 का है या कभी कभी 20 का भी हो सकता है, how can my third side be equal to 10? Because it is supposed to be greater than the difference. समझे ना? नहीं समझ में आ गया ना? नहीं आया हो तो बताइएगा, दोबारा कोशिश करूंगा. So remaining I have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay, now I'm going to count. How do I do the counting? So I have put 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 in order. I'm going to take pairs. So I'm going to take a pair of 20, 30. So in the pair of 20, 30, sum of A plus B, then 20 and 30 is 50. Now my third side has to be smaller than 50. So it could be 40, and it cannot be 50 or 60. So 20, 30 pair is done. Okay, 20, 30 pair is done. Now 20, 40 pair. So sum of the two sides is 60. The third side has to be less than 60. 20, 40, 50, and next will be 20, 40, 60, which is not possible. 20, 40 pair is also done. 20, 50 pair, there is only one possibility. 20, 50, 60. ठीक है, देखिए मैं हमेशा सिर्फ right words चल रहा हूँ. When I have taken 20, 40, I do not have to consider 30. I don't look back. That I have already seen. 20, 30 pair has been already taken. So this is also a skill that you learn. Okay, so 20 is done. 20 का मैंने देख लिया जो भी कर सकता था. 20, 30, 20, 40, 20, 50, and 20, 60 automatically counted. Okay, so 20 is done. Okay, 20 is gone. I have already counted the three possible triangles. Now 30, 40. So 30, 40 is 70. So the third side has to be smaller than 70. So it should be 50, or it could be 60 also. These two. Okay, now 30, 50. 30, 50. 30, 50, I have only one possibility. So 30 is also done. Now only 3 left. These 3 also make a triangle 40, 50, 60. कितने हो गए भाई? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7. And by this method, I am sure that I have not missed out on any triangle. Okay. So please understand that if it is like this, and if I have to make pairs, I will count always rightwards. So this, then A is gone. Then this, then B is gone. फिर C के साथ D, E, F. और अगर ट्रिपलेट बनाना है, तो I will go by pairs. AB, then C, D, E, F. Check each. Then AB is gone. Then AC. Then don't come back to B. D, E, F. Gone. Then AD. Don't come back to BC. It's already counted. Then EF. Then AE. Only F. So this is how you count triplets. 2060 is already done ना आस्था 2060 तो हो गया ना 2060 लेता तो राइट में कुछ था नहीं 2060 के बाद तो था ही कुछ था ही नहीं तो 2060 तो ऑलरेडी हो गया ना काउंट यही तो ब्यूटी है इसकी मेथड की आप हमेशा एक डायरेक्शन में चलो पीछे चलो ही मत पीछे वाला ऑलरेडी सब काउंटेड यस प्लीज टेल मी साहिल
Hello, sir.
यस
Sir, I have a reasoning behind this question. I want to know if it is true. In this question, the sides are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and 60. So, I took a logic that 10 is a common factor of all the sides. So, definitely, with some pair of some side with 10 will form the will be equal to some other side. So, it won't be true. So if the sides are more than if the given sides are more than 6 in number and we have any such side which is a common factor of all the 6 sides, which the length is a common factor of all the 6 sides length, then that side will be automatically excluded. It won't form a pair with any of the three triplets. Is it true?
यस यस yes so even if the numbers were like 6, 9, 12, and 15. Okay, so although 3 is not present, even if it was present, it would have been useless because 3 is a common factor. Sorry, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is what you are saying, na? 3 cannot be one of the sides.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's true. हाँ, अगर 3 होता भी तो भी हम उसे ऐसे ही यूज करते कि वो किसी लायक करेक्ट सही है चलेगा guys everybody else understood the counting part the part that why 10 was impossible as a side है ना अच्छा क्वेश्चन था काउंटिंग इज ऑल्सो अ स्किल कई बार हमें सब आता है काउंट करने में दिक्कत हो जाता है या तो कुछ मिसकाउंट हो जाता है या रिकाउंट हो जाता है और हम पकड़ नहीं पाते हैं तो ये स्किल आना भी बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है चलिए आगे बढ़ता हूँ अरे हो गया ये तो हाँ दिस वन ये क्वेश्चन मैंने भी नहीं किया आप ही के साथ कर रहा हूँ अरे बाप रे साहिल 36 कैसे आ गया 36 आपने n+r-1 cr-1 लगा दिया साहिल। मैंने आपको बोला है कि इन क्वेश्चंस में पीएनसी या कोई भी ऐसी चीज जो मैंने नहीं सिखाई है अभी तक, ये प्योर ज्योमेट्री का टेस्ट हो रहा है एंड द मोस्ट बेसिक स्किल्स like counting or anything like that, symmetry, counting. So first I tried to see that if 7 is a sum of 3 integers, positive integers, how could it be? ठीक है, अभी ज्योमेट्री नहीं लगा रहा, अभी तो मैं बस पॉजिटिव इंटीग्रल को देख रहा हूँ। 1+1+5, so same logic. So if I'm counting starting from 1+1, then 5, then 1+2, 4, 1+3, 3, 1+4 पे जब मैं जाता हूँ तो मुझे वापस 2 पे लौटना पड़ता है। 1+4+2 that I have already seen, I don't have to come back, so I discard 1+4, 1+5. ठीक है, फिर मैं सीधे 2 से आया, 2+2, 3. Now if I go to 2+3, I have to come back to 2, तो वो मैं वापस आने की अब जरूरत नहीं। तो सिर्फ 4 ही पॉसिबिलिटीज, out of these 4 possibilities this is gone, not possible. The third side is not smaller than the sum of the other two sides, not possible. The third side is not smaller than some of the other two sides, not possible. Here everything looks good. The third side, any side is greater than, sorry, smaller than the sum of the other two sides. 1 is smaller than 6, 3 is smaller than 4, and here also everything looks good. So only 2 possibilities. 2+3+2 तो हो गया ना बेटा, ये देखो, that's what I said. 2+3 पे जब मैं जाता हूँ तो जो तीसरा नंबर आता है वो 3 से ऐसा है। ठीक है, जब मैं 2+3 पर आया तो मुझे मिला तीसरा नंबर भी 3। जब मैं 2 प्लस जो सॉरी तीसरा जब 2+3 पर आया तो तीसरा नंबर मुझे वापस, तो मुझे वापस नहीं आना है ना, मुझे हमेशा राइट वर्ड ही पढ़ना है। जब वापस आए तो समझ लो कि वो हम ऑलरेडी देख चुके हैं। 2+3+2 is already done. Yeah, so it was English only. Didn't get it. Okay. So when I took 2+2, I was at one point only 2+2. Okay, I moved rightwards 3. When I took 2+3, the third number took me back to 2. So I don't have to come back. I only have to go rightwards. The moment something forces me back, that means I have already done it. Okay, so after this 2+3 and 2+4, I don't have to check. Now, fine. 2+3+2 and 2+2+3. In simple one-line explanation is 2+3+2 and 2+2+3 are same thing we have already counted. Same thing that we were discussing last time in this one, that I only move rightwards, I don't come back left. Fine, Kaushi, understood now? Next part of the theory. Area of triangle. So there are many formulae for area of triangle, but you have to know, basically you have to know only 2 of them. Okay, that will be sufficient. So there are 5-6 formulae. 2 of them I am telling you right now. A couple of them I will tell you when we do the in center, in circle and circumscribing circle and inscribed circle of a triangle. 2 formulae I will tell you then. Okay, and one is a trigonometric formula, half BC sine A, that I am excluding from my pedagogy because anyway it has its substitutes. So the top 2, area of a triangle, this is base and this is height. Area of triangle, also denoted by delta, is half into base into height. Everybody knows this. Everybody knows this. And is also equal to semi-perimeter. Semi means half of the perimeter, and A, B, C are sides of triangle. Okay. So any of these brackets, S minus A or S minus B or S minus C, can never become negative, no matter how big the value of A or B or C is. S minus A or S minus B or S minus C will never become negative. Will never become negative. Okay. So these two are the main formulae. Let me change the color and then I'll tell you. Okay. And this one is called Heron's formula. Will work every time when you know all the values of all the three sides. Otherwise, you know base and height. Height is also known as altitude. There are three altitudes possible in a triangle, as there are three possibilities of base. इसके ऊपर जरा बात करते हैं. So this was a picture perfect figure that is generally shown to you in the books, either school books or even competitive books. So I want to tell you that triangle can look any which way. So if it is an acute triangle, this is the base and this is the height. If this is a right triangle, this is the base and this is a height. And if you take this as base, this becomes height. If this is the triangle, obtuse triangle, then this is the base and this is the height. This you do not have to count. Count only this much and the height. The area of this triangle only will be calculated. Fine. So please understand what height means. Height or altitude is the perpendicular coming from the opposite vertex. The perpendicular that is coming from the opposite vertex. है ना? कभी कभी क्या होता है? Sometimes there is an obtuse triangle and people by mistake take this as height. Drop a perpendicular and this becomes the height. This is not the height. Height should come from the opposite vertex. Vertex, understand vertex. And should strike the base at 90 degree, even if it is outside the triangle. Okay. Okay. Two small questions on this. First is this. Let me tell you. So A, B, C, right triangle, and this is also perpendicular. So if this is 12, this is 5. Find the value of x. Yes, Arunanshu. In obtuse triangle क्या हुआ? Which one? This one, right? Yeah, this one is from opposite vertex, but this is not. ये opposite vertex नहीं है. हाँ, इसमें क्या हो? इसमें कौन सा? हाँ, ये opposite vertex है. Vertex means the corner where two sides meet. अगर आप यहाँ से perpendicular बनाओगे, it doesn't meet the vertex, right? Vertex is this. Perpendicular should come from here. So a lot of people do it like this. So they know that AC must be equal to 13 Pythagorean triplet. So what they do, they take in normal codes, they take this side as a, this part as a, and this part as 13 minus a, and then they apply Pythagoras theorem twice, like 12 square equal to x square plus 13 minus a square, and 5 square is equal to x square plus a square, and then they solve for x square and a square, and then they get the value. But all this is, sorry, all this is not needed. What you have to do is nothing but area of triangle, half into 12 into 5, which is also equal to half into 13 into x. So it's up to you, what do you want to take as base. आप तीनों में से कोई भी साइड को बेस ले सकते हैं. So if 13 becomes, the hypotenuse becomes the base, then the height is x. Okay, so 60 by 13 straightforward becomes the answer. Fine. Okay, next one. ये tough है भाई question. मैं बताता हूँ. This is 3, this is 7, all in centimeters. Okay, and this is 12. You have to find the green line segment, the length of green line segment. Given that this is 90, this is 90. So a lot of people did catch it, that it is pretty much very similar to the previous question. Like we changed the base and the height changed. Similarly, triangle ABC, if I take the base as 12, the height is 3. So the area is half into 12 into 3. Okay. If I take the base as 7, what is the height? Remember, I told you height is the perpendicular coming from the opposite vertex. So if this is the base, 7 is the base, what is the opposite vertex? A. And what is the perpendicular going from the opposite vertex? It's x. X is the height. Area in this case would be this and this. They both are equal because they both are the area of the same triangle. So 36 equal to 7x, x equal to 36 by 7. I'm glad that a lot of you got this and caught this. Very nice. Pretty much the same thing. So, you know, in geometry, by this question, I also want to tell you that sometimes it is also about, it is in front of your eyes, but are you able to locate that? सही जगह पर नजर पड़ना is equally important. Are you able to look at the fact that 7 can also be the base? And if 7 is the base, x, nothing but x is the height. Because this ABC was obtuse angle triangle, obtuse at B. चलिए, now corollaries on the area of triangle. What is corollary? Corollary is extension of a theorem. So we know that area of triangle is a theorem that we have seen, Heron's formula and half into base into height. Now there are some versions of this, some extensions of this. So first corollary, corollary number one. And these corollaries are very important. You know? So it says that in a triangle ABC, if there is a line segment AD, nothing is special about AD. AD has nothing special. AD is may or may not be angle bisector, may or may not be median, may or may not be perpendicular. Okay, it has nothing special. It's just a line segment that divides the base in the ratio m is to n. Then the triangles, the two new triangles formed. Also in the ratio m is to n. Automatically. बताता हूं क्यों. So if you drop a perpendicular from A on the base BC, perpendicular. Let us say this is AP. Don't you think AP is the common perpendicular to all the three triangles? For the triangle ABC also, AP is the perpendicular. For the triangle ABD also, AP is the perpendicular. Even for the triangle ADC, AP is the perpendicular. Isn't it? So if the perpendicular for all the triangles is common, then out of half into base into height, half is going to be common in all the triangles, height is going to be common in all the triangles, then the area is going to be different only on the basis of base. So the ratio in which base is divided is the same ratio in which areas are also divided. As simple as that. Okay, तो याद रखने वाली बात सिर्फ इतनी है that the two new triangles formed will also be in the same ratio as the ratio of base. But for that, the line segment should be coming from the vertex, not anywhere. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए. It should not be like that. This is a triangle, okay, and this is dividing in the ratio 1:1. Then you would say that these are also 1:1. No, 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 wrong. Because this, okay, this point divided the line segment in the base in the ratio 1:1, but it did not come from the opposite vertex. It should come from the opposite vertex. Okay, then these two will be in the ratio 1:1. Okay, hence the median, अभी हमने उसकी बात नहीं की है, but the median, whenever we talk about it, you will I will revise this, repeat this, that the median always divides a triangle into two halves area wise. Okay, this was first corollary. Okay, remember, इसको याद रखिएगा. Second corollary. So ABCD is a parallelogram. ABCD is a parallelogram. Parallelogram, basically everybody knows, opposite sides are parallel. each pair of opposite sides are parallel. I think this is sufficient. People say, no, sir, it is equal also. So I would say, if you maintain these two parallel and these two parallel, they will automatically become equal. Opposite sides will become equal also. If you maintain both the pairs parallel, opposite sides will become equal also. Okay, the diagonally opposite angles are equal. The diagonals cut each other, bisect each other, etc. etc. So, we will talk about this at length later. Right now, ABCD is a parallelogram, and this is a random point P, randomly taken on the upper side AB. Point P is randomly chosen on the side AB. It has nothing special about it. Then triangle CPD or DPC, whatever, will be half the area of parallelogram. Will be half the area of the parallelogram. Always will be true for any parallelogram. And let me tell you, rectangle is also a parallelogram. Rhombus is also a parallelogram. Let me write. Rectangle, square, rhombus. These are all parallelograms. Parallelograms are anyway parallelograms. Rectangle also, square also, rhombus also, all are parallelograms. Okay. Now, how to prove it? See, if this is a parallelogram, this side was DC. Okay, DC. So if this is point P1, P2, P3, so each of these triangle DP1C, triangle DP2C, triangle DP3C, सबका every triangle have same area. Every triangle has the same area. Okay. Now there are many ways to prove it. Now the easiest way is area of parallelogram is base into height, where CD is the base and this is the height, and area of triangle is half into base into height, the same base and the same height. Triangle is half into base into height, hence the area of triangle is half the area of parallelogram. Also, you know, if P is a randomly chosen point on AB, P might as well could be at this. P could coincide with B, and if you draw a diagonal, the area is anyway halved. So this way also it proves, if the area of triangle BCD is half the area of parallelogram, then any such point on the upper side AB will have the same area. Okay, another way to prove it is drawing a line parallel to these two. So this was our point P, this was side AB, and this was side CD. So you see AP PQ बना लेते हैं इसको. So this PQ is parallel to AD and PQ is parallel to BC. So this parallelogram APQD is a parallelogram in which DP is the diagonal. So this area is equal to this area, and similarly this area is equal to this area. So in both the parallelograms, half the area inside the triangle, half the area outside the triangle. So if you combine the two, the entire parallelogram, half the area inside the triangle and half the area outside the triangle. Yes, P can be anywhere on AB. It could be on A, it could be on B, it could be in between between A and B, anywhere. Anywhere means literally anywhere. Okay, so I have two questions on this. These are the last two things that we are going to do today. Last two questions. First is this. Nothing is special about the triangle. Triangle ABC is generic. Triangle any. These two things are given. And this is asked. नहीं Sahil, the sum of the two sides will not be constant always. It's not true. ऐसा नहीं है. Sum of the two sides will not be constant always. But yes, the area of that triangle will always be the half of the area of parallelogram. Any luck, guys? Shall I show you the other question also, and you can try both, and then we can discuss both together? Or we discuss this one first? Arunangshu Sinha, very, very good. Yes, your answer is right. Okay, so we got the ratio of these two sides, I mean these two pieces, and we also got the ratio of these two pieces. Guys, please check, have I mentioned the ratios accurately, correctly? Ratio ठीक लिखा ना? AD BD 3:7, AE AC was 5:9, so AE and EC will be 5:4. You have to get it right first, because if a mistake happens here, then no matter what you do later, you cannot get the right answer. Now, let us ignore this triangle first. Just see this triangle AEB. In triangle AEB, ED is a line segment from the vertex to the base AB. अगर आप इस triangle को ऐसे रखें that the base is AB and the vertex is E apex is E. Then ED is a line segment which is dividing the base in the ratio 3:7. So the area will be like 3A and 7A. Okay, this is based on the first corollary. Okay. Now imagine these two, the triangle, this ABE, and the triangle BCE. These two triangles. Ignore this line segment. Ignore this. So triangle AEB is 10A area. Okay, and triangle BEC. So BE is a line segment is coming from the vertex and dividing the base in the ratio 5:4. So the areas must also be in the ratio 5:4. So if this is 10A, this got to be 8A. This area is 8A. Okay. So triangle ABC, the area is 7, 3, 10, 18A. And triangle ADE, smallest one, has the area 3A. What is the ratio? 1:6. Okay, guys. Yes, Kamakshi. Which part? But which part? The entire one? Pura mat karwao yaar. Let me know any special thing that you did not know. I mean, I'm ready to repeat the entire thing, but I want to know what exactly is bothering you. Which part? Which part? Especially which part? DEC area. Okay. Okay. So imagine that there is no DE. Okay. Imagine that there is no DE. There is only triangle AEB and BEC. Okay. Now these two triangles are divided by this line segment BE. BE is a line segment that is started from a vertex and meets the base at E and divides the base in the ratio 5:4. AC भी तो base हो सकता है ना? AC can also be base. So if AC is the base, BE is the line coming from the opposite vertex and dividing the base in the ratio 5:4. So the areas will also be divided in the ratio 5:4. Now this combined area was already 10. So 10:8. So this becomes 8. Any better now? Anything better? Still a problem? Let me know. Which part now? Kamakshi, understood. Fine. So understood that the sum of the two areas is 18 and the smallest triangle is 3, 1:6. Anything else? Anybody else? Any problem, guys? Okay. This is based on the second corollary. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm sorry, guys. There is a misprint in this. It's not DEC. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. How is DEC possible? It's DEA. Triangle DEA. I will correct this and will repaste. चलो अच्छा हुआ अभी नजर पड़ गई. It's triangle DEA, which is 3 by 8 of the area of parallelogram. No, I am sorry. I'm sorry, Arunanshu. I'm sorry because DEA is not possible. I just told you 3 slides back that this is half a parallelogram. How can DEC be 3 by 8? Not possible. गाइस एक भी करेक्ट आंसर मुझे अभी तक मिला नहीं है. चलो अरुणांशु का पहला आंसर तो मैं समझता हूँ मैंने ही गलत लिखा था. बट नाउ get it right. I've given you a hint also. By mistake, I gave you a hint. So it is obvious that this is a parallelogram. Nothing else is needed. And if CD is 12, AB is also 12. अंजलि करेक्ट आंसर फाइनली. दिव्यतेज प्रकाश 9 कैसे निकाल रहे हो? ए ही 9 होगा, बी ही 9 नहीं होगा. Okay guys, देखो. So to keep the thing simple, I am assuming the area of the parallelogram as 8a. I don't know really what the area of the parallelogram is. So I am taking a variable, but 8a, not just a. Area is not just a, 8a. Why 8a? Because I know that it is going to be divided by 8 later. So I know that this triangle will be 4a, half of it. And this triangle is given to be 3 by 8. So now the area is 8a, this will be 3a. This part is okay till now. This is, I assumed. This is something that I assumed. Say the area is 8a. The entire parallelogram, the area is 8a. Okay, so this triangle anyway is going to be half the rectangle parallelogram. So it is 4a. Okay, यहाँ तक किसी को दिक्कत है? Any kind of problem till this point? No. So the entire area is 8a. 3 pieces, 2 pieces we know 7a. This must be a. Okay. Now consider triangle DEA and triangle CBE. These two triangles, areas in the ratio 3:1. Okay, these two triangles have the same altitude. Obviously, भाई ये एक ही parallelogram का part है. The same altitude. Both have the same height. Both the triangles DEA and BEC have the same height. So if the height is same, the areas must be on the basis of their bases. So if the areas are in the ratio 3:1, the base must also be in the ratio 3:1. So this is 3x and x. So x is equal to 3 centimeter. Yes, I did skip a couple of steps. I hope it is still understandable. Take a minute and understand it well. Fine, guys. Anything to ask in this? Okay. So area of triangle, corollaries, most basic properties done. Tomorrow we look at the other general properties of triangles, the three kinds of line segments which are inside the triangle, the three kinds of centers: in center, circumcenter, orthocenter, and centroid. Four kinds of centers. The median, the altitude, and the angle bisectors, and the theorems related to it. Okay, tomorrow's session will be a little theoretical in nature. Okay, so it will be a little more theoretical in nature. Okay, so I will try to cover the theory part fast. Okay, and you should not worry about noting it down, because you get the video and the slides and all, so you can make the notes later. And tomorrow we will cover the general triangle, general properties of triangle, including today. Finally, okay, guys. So that would be all for today. Thank you so very much for your participation and your patience. Thank you for joining, and see you tomorrow, same time. Yes, you can start solving the assignments, and some questions I will also forward you. I will also forward to you. I will make a document in which there are these questions which we have solved in the class so far, and some questions related to it. Okay, and we'll share in the group. Okay, so in 2 days, when the triangle is completely done, yes, if there is doubt, you can always post on the group 24/7. And till the time triangle is actually completed, including the special triangles and similarity and everything, that I think will take like 2 days or maximum 3 days. So tomorrow, day after, maximum by Friday, triangles will be done. Then you can actually start any kind of assignment from any book, and you can solve all the questions on triangles. Then we'll start with circles. Okay, guys, thank you so very much. See you tomorrow, same time in 22 hours. Till then, take care. Bye bye.